Win, win, win. That's all I want to do. It's vlog day 1086. Good morning. Time for another Selfie Cam Sunday. Oh my gosh. All right. I got to pick up some stuff from Peloton. This is the goal right now while the getting is good. It's also the World Cup right now, and I think I have some friends out and about watching it, but I sort of lost track of time, and the game's almost over already, so I don't think I'm going to catch it, but you go USA. Anyways, get out of here. Whew. There we go. That's better. Clear out the ears. I basically was just going to stay home and not leave all day. It was my original plan, and I almost succeeded at that. But then Emily made threats to eat the snacks that are waiting for me at the Peloton, and since they're not even snacks for me, I can't let that happen. So also wanted to get out, stretch my legs. Don't want to just sit around the house all day, but I did binge Stranger Things 3. I watched 2 episodes last night and the rest of it today. Wow, really good. Way better. I mean, definitely a step in the right direction. I don't know if you've seen it yet. I don't want to spoil anything, but definitely worth it. If you've seen Stranger Things, the first 2, then I think you'll really enjoy this third one a lot. If you haven't seen them yet, recommend it. Really good, really funny too, in some surprising but thoroughly enjoyable ways. So that's what I was doing today. I was just trying to chill out and enjoy a slightly cooler day today, but still definitely toasty summertime here in Paris. I'm gonna grab this stuff, and then I think I need to clarify one thing. I think some of you are tracking pretty well. Some of you might be a little bit confused. So with the future, I've been talking about the future a lot, but just the calendrical detail, I think sounds like a good one to jump into really quick. Success. I got my timing completely mixed up because I was going to go to Lost in Translation tonight and watch a movie, and totally spaced that till my calendar just reminded me it's in 30 minutes. I have to send me an email and ask. It's too late to join for that. Hold on. Emailed her. I can't. I don't like it when I forget those kinds of things. Like, oh, I had plans, and whoops. Lost in Translation, if you don't know, is this fantastic movie screening program. It's run by a couple that essentially get fairly recent releases of French films with English subtitles faster than usually happens, and then screen them in smaller independent studios around town, or smaller independent movie theaters around town. You know, have some drinks, you can socialize, you can meet some people, and you get to practice your French in a full-on movie theater setting, and often they have Q&As or stand-up or other presentations that go with the movie, which is pretty cool, and I've been to a few of them, and I definitely was planning on going tonight. I wanted to. Just totally spaced. Should have set the reminder to be a little bit earlier. My bad. Weather is perfect out here. So, I gotta take this stuff home either way. We'll see if I make it and there's enough time or not. We will see. Also, 2 things to clear up, I just realized. 1, we're already out of film in the disposable camera. It turned out there were only 5 or 6 shots left, and I guess we're out of them. I know this because yesterday John decided to try and take a selfie of himself before I left. When I left him with the camera for a minute to go to the bathroom, and there was no film left. So, I mean, we'll find out. Maybe he did manage to take a selfie of himself, and just don't know that yet, but the camera's all out of film. So the voting is over. Kind of sad. Gotta see, I know I've got more of those cameras around somewhere, just don't know where they are. Okay, second thing is future plan, timing, and whether or not I'm gonna be quitting anytime soon. And the answer is not really, sort of. Give it a couple more months. I'm popping out of the metro really quick because there's a new Space Invader near here, which he posted about a while back, but has removed the post since. And so I don't know if, hopefully I remember this correctly, where it is. Be my little detour since my plans for the evening are changing. Speaking of changing, I won't be changing much of anything for the next 2 months. My plan is to see the rest of the season through, and the seasons are dictated by the number of intros that I made for them, and they last 54 weeks. It's a common question, lots of people ask me that, both of those things, and I've often been a little cryptic about it just to keep the mystery alive and also see who is really paying attention. For those of you that are wondering, / maybe even rooting for me to take a break, that's how much longer I've got to make it. And I will be honest, I really feel like I'm in the last stretch here, very tired. I definitely feel like I'm coming close to the end of a marathon. You know, you set yourself up, you have the endurance, you go for it. And I've never run an actual marathon. I've run 10-mile races, I think is the farthest I've ever run. But as you get close to the end, even if you've been training, it's like, oh man, I can't wait for this to be over. You really push it. At least that was the case for me. Also, it's getting really windy here, and I don't know if I'm blocking the microphone well enough to protect it, but I really appreciate all the really supportive and kind comments and all the people who do watch all the time and who do watch daily and are gonna miss the daily. I'll miss the daily. I really enjoy doing this. I think that's the tension that I keep coming back to, is that it's been hard. I definitely need a break. I'm really tired. Here's a Ming Vase Invader for those of you that ever wanna come find it near the Asian Heritage Museum or the Asian History Museum. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, and I want to finish strong. I want to do the best I can finish strong, and that's where I am kind of hard on myself sometimes. But really, I don't want to putter out. I want to do the best that I can do. I think Rue de Lubeck is the street that the new invader is supposed to be on. So does it continue that way? I don't think it continues that way, so we should be able to find it if we walk this way. Anywho, I want to make sure that I finish strong. Really windy down this street. I want to make sure that I'm doing the best job that I can possibly do, if for another reason than because I want to be as excellent as I can be. And I do hold myself to some unreasonably high standards sometimes, and I definitely give myself a little bit of a hard time. And I guess I'm coming to a bunch of realizations about some of the successes that I've found in recent history that I never really saw as successes until recently. The wind is really picking up. I'm gonna wait until I get to a less windy stretch. You never realize just how annoying the wind is until you're trying to record video. The wind got better very quickly after that, which is good. Unfortunately, the road does go both ways. Sometimes you get to a roundabout or an intersection, or not even anything perceptible, and the name of the street changes for no apparent reason. So I was really hoping that this was a very short and limited stretch of street that I'd have to walk. Not the case. Gotta walk up and then back. But hopefully, yeah, I'm gonna have to. It's gonna be the other direction. Of course it is. Look at this guy's fancy car. Beach town all over the place. Nothing here at the top end of Rue de Lubeck. I'm doing a full reconnaissance mission for you guys, just in case you're curious. Nothing. Hope this doesn't continue any farther from here, but I'm gonna start walking downhill, see what we find down there, and also see if I can find another windless spot. It does end up at the top here at Place des États-Unis, or United States Square. So that seems fitting for today, given that I think we're winning the World Cup. Last I saw it was 2-0. Better luck next time, Netherlands. Good match, I hope. I'm sure it was a great match. One of the things that I've learned, I think I shared this story, but maybe I've only shared it once. One of the slow realizations that I had was a year ago or so, year and a half ago, shortly after I went bankrupt, realizing that I'd actually made a fairly successful run of being self-employed. I'd always wanted to be self-employed. I'd always wanted to be my own boss. I always wanted to be able to pursue my own projects and get paid to do it. And it just never felt like I'd succeeded at that. I always felt like I'd been failing at that. And it was really cool to get to the point where suddenly, especially after my debt burden was lifted, I was making enough to make ends meet. And it put a whole new perspective on it for me that was really, really helpful. Really helped me to feel like, holy cow, maybe I can actually do this. Maybe I've actually been doing this for a long time now. And that was a really, really beneficial revelation to myself. And if I'd actually stopped and thought about it, I probably could have recognized it sooner and realized, wow, I've pieced together with all these odd jobs and side hustles and whatever else, I've actually pieced something together here that might go somewhere sometime soon. And in fact, it has. Also, turns out all you got to do is walk on the other side of the street, and there it is. It was there the whole time. We walked right underneath it. We were talking when I walked underneath it. How tragic is that? See, I thought I was a failure at finding Space Invaders, and now look at me. What a wild success I've been the whole time. This has been the case in a number of arenas in my life over time. Like everything from, diet to athleticism to intelligence, all kinds of areas that I just don't really think of myself too highly, which is probably not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, you don't want to think of yourself too highly, but probably should give myself a couple more pats on the back occasionally. And especially in circumstances like this where, I managed to do what I set out to do with the whole daily vlogging thing. I've succeeded in a lot of ways that I don't know that I would have really expected, honestly, when I started out. And even though I had a little bit of pipe dream mixed in there with some higher than reasonable hopes, as far as just becoming an overnight international wildly hot success, that aside, the unreasonable part of it, things have gone really well, and I'm really happy with it. And all the goals that I set out with really, truly were personal goals for personal growth, development, becoming better at doing what I'm doing right now, walking around and talking in public on a camera, editing every day, discipline, speeding up, improving, everything. Just been able to step out and succeed in a lot of areas that I never give myself credit for, because I tend to only look at the areas that I'm not finished with or have failed at, and I'm always, working on those. When I do need to stop and say, hey, on that list of objectives and goals, you've checked off a lot of them. I actually have to go back and redo the goal map, not for the distant future, but for all the stuff that felt within reach, because we've already passed it. We've already reached those things. And that's crazy. That's great. Those are things to be really grateful for, and I am really grateful for them. So thanks to those of you who've been pushing back on, me giving myself too hard of a time. Can't promise I won't give myself a hard time, but I'll try to do a better job, giving myself some credit and enjoying the ride along the way a little bit better. Anyways, I don't even know where I am now. I'm just wandering and talking. So I should probably find my way, back to the metro or something. But I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning for yet more of this Parisian madness. Get out, see the town, have a grand old time, and hope that Stranger Things 4 comes out, and also the not too distant future. That'd be great. I really enjoyed it. Anyways, I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, also, I gotta figure out what's in these packages and who sent them, and then I'll open them for you. We'll see what's inside, and I gotta thank whoever sent this stuff or brought this stuff. Both. I think it was one sent, one brought. Haven't used this window tripod in a really long time. So, hoping there's a note. Skizzers. Oh my goodness. Kate is going to be very happy. Very happy. Kate, for those of you who don't know, is my lovely assistant who will be helping me with all of the postcards we're going to be sending very soon. I'm very glad that these came through because, you know, a happy assistant, happy whatever rhymes with assistant. But Sarah, thank you so much. That's really nice of you. Sarah reached out and asked if I needed anything, and I was like, well, I'm pretty good, but if you don't mind bringing goldfish crackers with you, that'll make my life better because, you know, Kate will be happy. So thank you, Sarah. I really appreciate that. Let's see what's in this box. Hopefully not glitter. I should probably like start opening boxes before I get home or like out in the street somewhere, just in case they're full of glitter. What is this? I think these are, hold on, room dark. This is amazing. Room darkening curtains. But these curtains do not block out the sunlight. This is very thoughtful. Who sent this? Is there no note? Who sent this? Hold on. Find it. From Kenmore, Washington. J. Phillips. Curtains from Gene Phillips. There we go, I found it. Gene, thank you so much. It's very thoughtful of you. I'm gonna have to put these up. I think they're even long enough. Look at that. That's a very nice color too. Thank you so very much. That's very thoughtful of you. My room will be cooler as a result of your kind. I gotta get a ladder now so I can put those up. I have to get on top of that. Thank you, both of you. Sarah, Jean, I really appreciate it so very much. Thank you very much. I'm gonna leave you here. It's sweaty. I'm gonna go for a run because I haven't been for a run in like a week, which is really bad. I'm only going like for one run a week right now. Really bad. So I'm gonna go for a run, and I gotta earn my lounging about, if you will. Which isn't that kind of the point of this whole video, is talking about how I basically have earned some significant lounge time. I will lounge for real soon. September. It's coming. And I will see you tomorrow, which is even sooner than September. See you tomorrow. Have you ever seen the sunset over the Appalachians? Bring a tear to your eye. Unless you're a man. It's Vlogger 1086. I just did that one, didn't I?
Yeah.
Probably.
You did the last two twice.
Did I?